So Christine did another interview with ET, and I thought that this interview was pretty interesting. There are a lot of things for us to talk about and discuss. I want to take it bit by bit, and this is one of the things that I wanted to point out was actually her description of her kid's relationship with Kody. Now, as one can imagine, the relationship that her kids have with Kody and the kids OG13 have with Kody is very strained at this point. And this is current Christine, current Kody, current relationships that we're talking about. And even after the passing of one of the OG13, it seems as though Kody still struggles to get it together when it comes to his kids. And there's an interesting point where a lot of us has speculated why Christine is filed for child support, child custody, etc., etc. And I think the answer is embedded in her response here in the ET interview. Let's take a listen.
My kids aren't quite like all the way wash their hands of him, nothing like that. So my kids are kind of like, what they can understand is that when he's available, this is what they get. They love this much of a dad, but this is what they get. So when he's available, you pick up the phone. If he comes into town, you clear the schedule. I think that we deserve to have more notice when he comes into town. But you clear the schedule, you do what you can, you hang out when you can, and you just take him as he comes when he can. And that's what you get as a dad.
It sounds kind of simple the way she describes it. When he comes into town or he floats through town or he pops up, then you just drop everything and make time for him. And this is a very accommodating situation towards Kody, but there are a few things that we have to look at. Like, I encourage anybody who is a custodial parent to always encourage relationships specifically with their kids and the non-custodial parent. It benefits everybody involved. But as you could say with good neighbors, fences make for great neighbors. In other words, you have to have boundaries. And part of you having and maintaining boundaries is the understanding that you just can't pop up on me and expect me to be available whenever you feel like popping up or whenever you feel like coming around. And I think that this is part of the reason why, if I had to speculate, why Christine actually took Kody for child support and for child custody, because she wants to nail down, when are you coming? When are you going to be here? So we're going to set out a calendar of days or nights or weekends or weeks where you can take Truly, you can have her for that period of time, and then I can expect to have her back at a certain time or for a certain period of time. This does a couple of things. One, if I have things going on, I don't have to play around with your schedule. Or if you get wind that I have something coming up, you don't want to give your child to this person and then maybe they bring them back and maybe they don't. You have tickets for plane tickets and hotel stays for for a vacation you've been planning for 6 months to a year. All of a sudden, Papa Chio come rolling through wanting to have good times and fanciful amusement park trips. Papa Promises coming through. All of a sudden, he has all these things that he wants to do, and he doesn't seem to be able to get your kid back on time for you to be able to catch your plane or go on your vacation, and you're out of money, or he ruined your plans. So it makes sense to me that you would set it up so that way, you could protect against those small things. Now, in a bigger realm, in addition to kids benefiting from being involved with both parents, kids have always benefited from having some sort of structure, meaning that safety, security, and structure are fundamental core principles to help kids grow their self-esteem, feel comfortable, feel secure in their own situations and in their own environment. It's a way to make them feel safe. If they know what's happening and everything is consistent. If you have somebody who can fly in and fly out at the whim, then they don't necessarily feel that level of consistency. They don't feel that level of security when it comes to spending time with their parent, because they don't know when he's going to show up, if he's going to show up, or how he's going to show up, or exactly how much time they're going to get to spend with him, or what kind of attitude he's going to have when he shows up. They don't have any control or power over that, and that can make them feel helpless and lost. So it's good to have some kind of boundaries set. Now, speaking of Christine being in a new relationship, It's also important to have these types of boundaries established because she's married to somebody now. It's not just Kody and Christine doing whatever makes Kody feel good. She has to maintain her relationship with her man. She got a whole man sitting at home. And she can't have her ex floating in and out of her house or floating in and out of town, and all of a sudden everything that has to do with her current man gets dropped for her former man. I don't think anybody would sit there and be thrilled that if you make plans with your man or your lady and all of a sudden the ex come floating through town talking about, I want to see the baby. Well, the baby got plans. We plan on doing something with the baby. So I think that these are part of the reasons why Christine actually is trying to create that positive relationship. And even in establishing boundaries, you're creating the environment in which your relationship will exist. Are you going to continue the relationship where, you spent the first 30 years of your life adhering to whatever Kody wanted, following his whims, doing whatever he wants you to do, or whatever the case may be? Or are you going to start taking control of your life and you guys become more partners as opposed to you becoming a plaything that he just pulls off the shelf whenever he gets ready and he feels like he wants to play? If you allow your relationship to be disposable and you aren't making demands and commands in that relationship, then that relationship is hard to value. And you're also teaching your child a bad lesson, in my humble opinion, because you're teaching them that they have to be available for somebody else and that whatever that other person wants will be time for you to drop whatever you have going on to adhere and make that other person happy. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think this might be a reason as to why Christine filed her paperwork for the child custody case? Let me know down below in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button. This is My Take. I'm James. This has been My Take on Reality, and I'm out. 'Cause I've been living life.